I don't think it's great that we lost this point of control. I don't think that was a great sign. I think there was a little bit of weakness in that behavior, to be honest with you. I don't, you know, we were above this channel, we were above this point of control, we were consolidating here. If there was enough interest, the price should have continued, you know, like that would have been, why not? You know, that's a good place to buy. You've reclaimed a level, you've reclaimed levels, you're back above support. That's a good place to enter. And I entered, you know, I was happy about that. I had an invalidation, that was the main thing. But what's happened since then is that there was no continuation and there's not much volume. You see, when I'm looking at this is why I wasn't really like, I'm going to play around with this channel and see if I can find something better. I think maybe that one's better. Let's see if this one holds, huh? Hmm. No, I don't like that. It's that one. I do like that. Um, Let me see. Not sure. Change it to weekly. Not sure. All right. Let me see how that looks at the monthly timetable. Go with that one. I think the reason why I'm inclined to change it is because obviously the previous channel wasn't amazing. The reason why I like this one is you have the back test there, you have the support there. I like that it went above, it stopped here, it went above, back tested there, came below, back tested there, fake out, and then front run. And then here it clearly resisted. We have some support here, we have a little bit of resistance and then support here, and then along this range we have a bit of resistance and a bit of resistance. So it's not 100%, nothing is 100%, but you know, this kind of price action is possible, is plausible, to kind of failed auction above the highs and then you come back down. It's a plausible price action, and once you set that pivot high, that was really the best place to take profit anywhere above that place, because you already overextended at $4.6. Now I'm assuming, it's an assumption, I'm assuming that this pivot will hold and then this line is correct. I'm assuming, I don't know, it's an assumption, yeah. And in trading, you know, anything can happen, so who knows, but I'm assuming it's going to hold. And then what I'm thinking then, based on that, you have higher time frame levels, you have volume levels. So the volume level to note is resistance on the way back. We have two resistance levels. I don't want to worry about those for now. And we have good liquidity down here. But then this channel would definitely not be correct if that was to happen. If we were to come all the way back down to there, that would be the best entry really in terms of longing. Back down at 40 cents. Best entry would be here. If that was to happen, then this channel would be completely wrong. Then you're looking at a channel that's more like this. Yeah. So I'm not 100% about this channel either, but let's see, let's keep an eye on it. We're in this lower range, volume level. Okay, so yeah, that could work. So I don't mind this so much because we do have a range, a local range value area low here. So that's your second point of confluence. Possibly this channel trend line at the low plus this value area low, and it looks as though it might land perfectly, not really, into the golden pocket. It's a bit lower down. So This would really be a good trade if we can come there. That would be a pretty good trade. Now, I think it's going to be tricky if we don't have a swing failure, because there is a swing failure level a bit lower here. There. That would be the best entry to long. It depends on the interest at these levels. You'd have to take profit at the point of control, but you're looking for a more of a, this is a swing trade idea, isn't it? Back at the value area low. Yeah, at least you're going to try and trade it all the way back up to the value area high. That's the initial idea of this trade, because we're assuming that we're still in this kind of range. It's the range that we're in, and what you're trying to do now is long the low of the range, is to buy the low of the range. That's what we're trying to do. We're looking for the best entry, and entries aren't just about price, they're also about time. So you want to land at the correct place at the correct time. And so right now, in my mind, the best place to come down into these lower levels is somewhere in the middle or to the end of February. We can get down there at the right time. Then you're coming into good areas of confluence for buying. You're going to have this lower trend line. You've got this golden pocket, and you've got this value area low. If you swing failure this, that will give you a good swing failure entry. If you don't swing failure this, you're basically looking for some sort of higher low here. Okay, and if you do make a higher low, you don't necessarily need to catch a falling knife. You could just wait for the price to come back above this low wick, this wick low here, for some sort of SR flip. Do you want for you? You could just wait for the price to come back above that level and then long. At least then you have an invalidation. What does that look like on a lower time frame? SR flip. Kind of what you're trying to do is you need an entry, right? And you kind of want it into this area here, these lines here. Is there anything else down here? Yeah, you have a weekly level here. Nice. It's an untapped weekly level at the value area low. That's another strong level. Is there anything on the monthly time frame? No. So you have a really strong level here, actually, just here where this red line is. So I think it would be a good idea if you can kind of catch that. And if you're not sure, just let it do its thing in this area. And as soon as the price gets above this white line, buy. And then you have an invalidation, basically, because your invalidation is now this bit of this whole structure that you've created here. That would be higher low, or ideally you want a swing failure, and that would be easier. It'd be an easier trade to swing failure that low. The swing failure is coming at about 49 cents. But if you're looking for a higher low entry, then you're probably going to enter when the price comes back. It goes into those value area low and it comes back at 55 cents. And then if you're buying spot, if you're just buying spot, then you could just scale in. You can scale into this whole area. And you have to just make sure you take profit at the point of control. Yeah, that's 61 cents. And because the reason why you take profit is because as we come into resistance, you could get another sell-off and it could do that. You just don't know how the price is going to behave when it comes into key levels. You just don't know. And so you want to, it'd be a lot safer to take your profit. And if the price does go up and it comes back down to test, you can put your profit back in. But now you're putting your profit back in on the other side of that key level as the price is going up. You lose a little bit, but not much. In the scale of things, you're minimizing your risk, but you're preserving your capital. And you're preserving your capital by taking profit at key levels. Yeah. If this kind of behavior, if this kind of pattern forms, then it's actually really quite nice, because you're making a higher low and you're kind of making this inverse head and shoulders pattern. So it's nice, it's not bad. When I look at the AVA BTC, I was looking at an inverse head and shoulders at the lows, and that idea has now been invalidated. The reason why it's been invalidated was because this right shoulder, I was expecting it to hold as the right shoulder, and it hasn't done that, because we've just gone and made a new lower shoulder. So this whole idea is wrong. But I mean, I did take a trade and I was invalidated a long time ago, so I just left it. I didn't bother. I think if you want to wait for Bitcoin, the Bitcoin chart to show strength, that would be also an idea. The thing about these altcoins is that you need the Bitcoin chart to also perform well. You can't just assume that these coins are going to do well if the Bitcoin chart is not doing well. And this is the Bitcoin chart. And so right now on the Bitcoin chart, we are showing a lot of weakness. And we have another problem with the Bitcoin chart, is that we have a really strong point of control here at 3,600 or more, also sats here. And that's a very strong volume level to get through, to cross. Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now because it's so far away, but I think you got to be aware that we're bleeding in this Bitcoin chart and we haven't seen strength yet. Strength, that's what you want. You want strength. Okay, and how are you going to see strength? Well, look, I've drawn this value area, the whole range, and the range is going back to 2018, and right now we're pretty much losing it again. It's really annoying. Support, lost support, reclaimed support, lost support. It's really frustrating because until we find strength, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to go anywhere. It's really frustrating, and I can't see how we can find strength without reversing this behavior in Bitcoin. We're coming to a really important liquidity level a bit lower down. Here. But you know, the way the price is behaving, if you're making lower lows, then you're still in weak market structure. It's a shame, because I like AVA, you know, and I thought the USD chart was showing strength, but right now it's not. So can't predict the future, you know. That's why you have a plan, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This one though is a key level. The reason why it's a key level is because back in the May 20, that was the COVID low, and what happened was there was a big sell-off and then the price exploded. So a large amount of You can't see the volume here, but a large amount of volume came into these charts on that week. And what that did is it created this level called the weekly level. And now we are coming back into the weekly level 4 years later. For the first time, we're coming back into this key liquidity level on Bitcoin. Yeah. And the way the price action is behaving, it looks like we're going to go for it. That's about 7% lower down. I think we just need the price to find support, and then I think until it does, we're going to struggle with AVA, and it's a hard one because on the USD chart we're not showing strength either. And the reason why we're not showing strength is because the Bitcoin chart is weak at the moment. The minute this changes, then that changes too. I think the first sign of strength is going to be getting back into the value area low. I mean, it's happened before, and that's what you want to see. You want to see the price come back above this level. That's going to be a good indication of strength. Another good indication of strength is breaking this outer trend line, because it's been holding. You need to break that, like break and hold, and then go up. You need to break and hold, and we haven't done that yet. And so that's the problem with AVA right now. There's a real problem, and I can't fix the problem. I'm sorry. And I don't know, because I feel like the price is exhausting, but I also feel like the momentum is strong. And really the problem here is the momentum. You know, you've got really strong downtrends, and it's continuing. It's just like continuing and continuing and continuing. Basically what's happening is that ever since we went up all the way up in August 20, every rise has been sold into. Sell, 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 sell. Like, it's just been selling, non-stop selling. AVA has not actually recovered, you know, whereas a lot of other coins and tokens have recovered. This hasn't recovered. And so now what's happening is that we are heading for lower. And probably we're heading for these lows here. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. We're looking at this price action. It's so bearish. There's no recovery, you know. Everything could change, you know, in crypto instantly. Everything can change instantly, and that's what you have to be aware of. So that's why, as the price is descending, you have these levels in mind, which I've just drawn out, like that value area low. It's a very important level, and so just mark it out. And if for some reason tomorrow you wake up and the price is back up, okay, you could think about longing again, and that's how you do it. And you see what happens. You have an invalidation, and then that could be the one. You have an invalidation, that could be the one. You could just rally then. And sometimes what's needed to happen is it just needs to, it's like a final shakeout, you know, shake everyone out, and then you get big volume coming in to take the price up, you know. These are things to think about. I don't know about the price action with AVA. I was hoping we get this kind of behavior, but we didn't. Thinking low. I'm thinking down into this area now, a little bit back in, down into 51 cents. 51 cents. And basically all of the price action since the November has been reversed. Those are reversing. There's not much volume coming in, and that's the other concerning thing. You need more volume, and we're not getting that. And it's at the moment there's no interest at the moment. So to see how this plays out. All right. I'll kind of send you a link to this update, Majid. I don't know if that helped, but travel's looking good. I'm assuming you're in travel, so TRVL. It's amazing because, you know, AVA for a while was showing strength and TRVL was weak, but now finally TRVL is showing strength, and there is, you know, the downtrend on TRVL is pretty much over. It's pretty much over. If anything, we're going sideways, but we're not going down.